Hello once again YouTube, Chris and I here bringing you StarMade station reviews, and today is my last station review for the contest submissions that happened for the station contest like a year ago. Yes, that is correct, this is the last one, and today we have the Tranquility station by Shara, or T-Shara, or Shara. Whichever one of those is correct. I said the same one twice. Anyway, we have quite an interesting design for a station, and I have to admit, I quite like it. It could serve as a trading guild station, I think, even though it's been submitted to the default station category, which is interesting. And we can see that there's quite a lot of detailing. There's some depth to the detailing, not just, you know, textural or different colors used. And it's got quite a nice structure overall. It's taking the very almost generic and standard shape for space stations and giving a bit of spin on it. Additionally, it's taking the structure of the old stations that we saw in the very early days of StarMade with the circular room on top and the 4 hangars and the 4 cylinders. It's taking that very old design and repurposing it, and I think this does it justice. I think it takes what was once an outdated station and has created something quite nice as a replacement. So I'm going to take my ship here and we're going to park it inside. We pretty much just looked at the exterior. We'll take one more look at the exterior in a moment. Look at the top of the dome there. We've got some sort of power blocks on the sides, which are pretty cool. Of course, with the latest versions of StarMade, things will have to be updated to incorporate new blocks and stuff and additional details as well. But that's okay, and of course this is where all the hangars are. Pretty cool. And I do believe this is one of the stations that is now in the game, so props to that, right? There's certainly a reason for that, as the community has decided. Actually, let's get off here. I guess I'll just take the elevator all the way up? No, we won't do that. We'll go explore. There's things to discover, maybe? Maybe. We've got a room here that overlooks this. These hallways are a bit bare, so that's something to consider. We might want to spruce these up with a bit of piping or layering. Oh, this is going to take a while. I might just fly up myself. Yeah, that's it. Much simpler. You can walk up here, and this is where a lot of the detail lies, is up on this upper floor. We have some walkways, some very nicely laid out walkways, I might add. There's a bit of redundancy with this walkway and this lower one, because this one just leads up to here, and this one just leads to here as well, so don't really see the reason for splitting up the 2 floors other than just adding complexity. So, again, something we might want to think about. Could put something else there. We could put like a nice little area for people to sit with some flowers even. Who knows? Possibilities. But I do consider that a bit of a waste of space, I'll be honest. We've got some nice power reactors going on here with what appears to be some floaty power reactor bits. Some energy bits floating around. It's pretty awesome. I very much like that detail. Not something you saw often in these builds. We'll go this way and we'll see that there's some cargo bays here, apparently. 03, I suspect there's one over there. 4, that's 2 and 1. So yeah, we have some cargo bays here. Don't actually know if you can change the light on top to say red. It says standby. Okay. Interesting. I think that might be it. I think we cannot go any further up. That might, in fact, be all of it. Yes. Now that's interesting. It says we can come over here and do stuff inside this elevator shaft, but the elevator shaft is stopped. So this is indeed quite literally a massive waste of space, other than to get to this central pillar and potentially access something. But there is actually nothing to access, so other than this crane, which may not actually be accessed this way. I have no idea. Interesting. Interesting, though. I'm going to jump into one of these pillar rooms. Oh, wait. Did I check out these areas back here? No, I did not. Okay. So we have some side rooms that wrap around. We've got the windows, of course, and some details embedded into the floor, which is something I always dig. It looks like we have some docking control stations over here, some sort of, you know, air traffic control in this area for each of the docks, which is pretty sweet. Definitely digging that. And of course, that's what you would expect from a station such as this, where there's 4 main hangars. Okay, so we are now going to go into this area. You can see there's a lot of work done on keeping all of these areas wedged. I don't know if it'd be worth it to use the heptas and pentas at this point. Additionally, the only purpose the windows on the ceiling seem to serve is to let light out, and I'll showcase that in a moment. And maybe some light in, but you really can't actually view out of those windows from down here and get a good view. So maybe we could fit in another floor? I don't know. I mean, that's kind of reserved for the crane, so who knows? That might not be what we want. Additionally, we can drop down the length of this and check out some details that I kind of missed. We've got some interesting details going on here as well. This looks almost like a ladder. It's a shame that it's not, because that'd be a pretty cool ladder if it functioned as a ladder. We have shield capacitors inside these structures. A very nice way of doing these shield capacitors, and they even colored it with yellow instead of the blue to represent a change in function, so to speak, or change in something. I don't know. Anyway, I think I'm stuck down here. No, there's a gravity block. Okay, that's good. So maybe this is supposed to be some sort of ladder that you can climb up, and when we get to the top, we'll find another gravity block. Yes. I knew it. Alright. So there was a way to get down there, but only through a ladder. Interesting. Maybe it's a bit more dangerous to go down there. Radiation and all that. Well, nonetheless, a nicely finished station. It certainly could do with some updates due to the, you know, current state of the game. But overall, fantastic job. We've got some more floor details here. I love that type of stuff. Alright. We're gonna, okay, maybe, hopefully, find my ship. Jump into build mode real quick. See? These upper cylindrical areas on top only serve to let out blue light, or give the impression that you can see into the station, but really the windows are too high up for you to actually get a good view out of them, especially with this one. There doesn't seem to be anything up here. We've got this cool crane, of course, with quite a number of joints on it. So yeah, pretty goddamn cool. That's all I have to say. I think I'm at a loss for words, because this is the last station review I have to do before I can move on to just doing ship reviews that I want to do. So, real quick, I'll explain that, of course. I am gonna start doing my own ship review series. Now, this was kind of something that I had to do and get out of the way, because I wanted it to be fair to all the people that submitted stations and whatnot for the actual contest. I wasn't going to just review some and then leave others in the dust. That's a little unfair in my opinion. So this is my plan, is to finish these videos off, which I now have done, and I'm quite happy I have finished them. And what I am going to do now is start a new review series. It's going to be more of a showcase series, where we're going to just take a look at some amazing designs built by anyone, anytime, anywhere. I am going to keep the quality high, as always. Saber and Raven like to review just about anyone's spaceship. And maybe in the future I'll find a way to let just anyone come on to the video and let me review their ship, regardless of quality. But I would like to focus, personally, at least for a while, on the best ships that the community has to offer, and, you know, take a look at them, showcase what, how different builders achieve different things with all their different styles, I will be doing this specifically with ships available on the forums so that you guys can download them as well and mess around with them if you so care, and of course I'll always provide a link in the description, right? And yeah, if you want to somehow make it into that review series, the best way of doing that is making sure you have a fantastic ship on the dock. I pretty much see every ship the moment it is submitted, and that'll be as good as it gets for now. In the future, I'll find ways to let players win a chance to just randomly appear on a ship review or a ship showcase video. I just kind of want to make sure I've got complete control over it for a while, otherwise I'm going to have to deal with something like the DA-1, as Saber did in his very first video. Something I am not looking forward to doing. So, that's the rules, that's what's going to happen, and that's going to start immediately. I already have tons of ships and stations bookmarked, and I'll be taking a look at everybody that I can. So, those reviews will be happening daily. I will be posting one of them a day if I can. That's the plan. Also, look at these amazing struts. There's bolts on these structures, and I think that's awesome. It's a very big bolt, but it's still quite some good detail. Anyway, that's all I have to say. That was the Tranquility Station by Shara. It is now in the game, of course, so I think they did a pretty goddamn good job. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you want to see more, and I will see you all next time. Whichever one of those is correct. I said the same one twice. Anyway, we have quite an interesting design for a station, and I have to admit, I quite like it. It could serve, and that happened for the station contest like a year ago. Yes, that is correct. This is the last one, and today we have the Tranquility Station by Shara, or T-Shara, or Shara, as a Trading Guild station, I'd think, even though it's been submitted to the default station category, which is interesting. And we can see that there's quite a lot of detailing. There's some depth to the detailing, not just... Hello once again, YouTube. Chris and Ibring here, bringing you StarMade station reviews, and today is my last station review for the contest submissions, you know, textural or different colors used, and it's got quite a nice structure overall. It's taking the very almost generic and standard shape for space station